Hi guys, welcome to Yosi Kingdom, where we talk about important everyday stuff in a fun and exciting way. My name is Yosi, and today I'm going to be talking about saving, the whole saving culture. And I think it is important this time of the year because we are just starting the year and it's a time to begin this journey. And so, how should we go about this? Because we hear a lot about saving, and sometimes it's like, how do I go about it? How do I even start? What I earn is not enough. People keep saying that I don't have enough money to even satisfy all of my needs, and this and that and that. But the point still remains that saving is very important and needs to be done, whether you like it or not. So, whatever you have been dealt with, you have to work with it. As I say, make lemonade out of lemons. So make the best use of what you've got and make sure that you save so that you are satisfied in your rainy day. I talked about the woman you want to be and the man you want to be, and one of the characteristics of that person is somebody who is futuristic, who thinks about the future and knows that they want to safeguard or protect themselves for the future. So one of the most important things in saving yourself for the future is saving, so that whatever comes your way, you know that you are sorted out and you're taken care of. All right, so how do we go about it? First thing first is to determine your streams of income. And as I said, streams, not stream, because I believe that a person shouldn't just have one stream of income, because you cannot put all your eggs in one basket. And I believe that as a human or as a person, there's more to you than just one importance. There are several aspects of your life that are important, and if you just look in properly, you'll be able to see how you can use those elements, those things that you're good at, to be a source of revenue for you in one way or another. I remember talking to a lady, and I was trying to interview her for a job, for a domestic worker, and she was talking about not having an experience, and she was talking about how she has helped with taking care of children in the past. And from what she was explaining, I could see that she was practically doing a job of a babysitter, and she wasn't getting any money from it. Now, I'm not saying you should go and task all your neighbors' family because they told you to keep their children with you, but she has been doing it for a while, and she could have made that a stream of income for herself to make an extra cash. So there's some things that you already even do that you can make a source of income. Why is this important? Is because even if you're hit in one area, you can still help yourself out in the other area, pending when you balance off. Look at this COVID situation where people's businesses were affected. If you have one source of income, and maybe that's the major area that has been affected, like for example aviation, if you're in that sector, it will have been really affected this season. But if you had other sources of income, it will not be that heavy on you because there are other options for you to pick from. So it's really crucial that you develop other streams of income, and you use that to build the money that you have in your hold so that you have more to save. The next thing to look at is the absolutes. These are things that you must spend money on, like every month. These are things like your airtime, your data, your subscriptions, your rent, transportation, feeding, utilities that you use every month. You have to budget them out. So you have to decide, okay, how much am I going to spend per month on this item? So you label them out. These are not things that you just wing it as you go. You know that this is the amount here you have to spend on these utilities or these items every single month. So label them out and calculate how much that is, so you can deduct that from how much you make every month and see, okay, what is now left. Now you can also look at ways to save in that area, being that you buy things in bulk. So if you buy things in bulk, you get a whole lot of discount because you have bought in huge quantity, and that will help you in the long run. When you do that for a lot of items, then it accumulates, and that's a lot of money that would be saved. And these are not things that are perishable, so things like toilet paper, toothpaste, toothbrush, detergents, soap, several things, even buying food like beef and all of those things. If you have a good fridge, make sure that you keep them there. It actually helps to make the costs of feeding and utilities and everything a whole lot cheaper, and you would see the huge savings that would give you. And very importantly, also know where to buy. Like, for example, if you're living in Lagos and you know where to buy food, I mean, if you're buying food in normal markets where you're buying things every week, you're going to your nearby street market, it's going to be a whole lot expensive. But if you go to like my 12 or down the markets, those like great markets, to buy stuff, then what you buy would be a whole the amount of money that you will save, you won't believe it. Like, what you will have bought maybe one off on the normal street market, you can buy like 5 of that or 4 of that in the huge farm market. So knowing where to buy stuff and buying it in bulk as well also saves you a huge amount of money, and it helps you in the long run. Now, the next thing, after you've decided your absolutes, also look at how much you want to dedicate to giving, because truth be told, people are going to ask you for money. People are going to need your help, and you should also be helping in charity and all of those things. It's actually very good to do that. You shouldn't take everything that you've earned. I mean, God has blessed you with things, so you should try to help people out. So you can dedicate some amount of money to giving. And the reason why I like this is because when you dedicate some amount of money to giving, you know that I'm not going to exceed this limit this month, and if I don't exceed this limit this month, then I can add it to the one for next month. So I am still within my target. So if somebody comes to meet you and says, oh, please give me this amount of money, you're going to look at the box of what you have dedicated to giving, and if it is within that, then you can give it. It doesn't affect your major purse. Don't be going into your real, like the money that you really need, and taking that gamble on giving people loans and all of those things, especially when you're not sure of the culture of them giving you back. And it's a risk giving people things. So whether you're loaning people or you're dashing people money or whatever the case may be, just dedicate some amount of money to dedicate to that, and it helps you to learn to say no. Because when people come, maybe family members are asking you, brother, please give me this amount, I want to buy this phone, I want to buy this thing, my sister, please give me this, you can say, okay, I still have space in my giving money and it makes sense, all right, take. Once I've exceeded that, I've done my charity for the month, it's okay. And I did not work for you, I'm not working for you, so you cannot remove all of my savings or all of my money because I want to be nice to you. So I know that I have helped enough people this month. I've given this amount of money that I think it's sensible, it's good enough this month. So I'm not going to exceed that just because I want to please somebody. Now, if for instance, something major happens to a friend, and this person is someone that you trust and respect, the person will give you back, then you can go a nudge more to help that person out. It's okay. But on a constant regular stuff, just borrow me this, give me that, lend me this, all those unnecessary things that you just want to help people out, you want to pay for someone's lunch, you want to take somebody out, you want to do all this, all those things, set out money for all that spend and all of that money, so that you don't waste the money you're supposed to be saving. Then also set out money for fun, because whether you like it or not, the human body wants to have fun in the midst of all the chaos of the work. When you're working day to day, there are times when you just want to watch movies in the cinema. There are times when you just want to go and play games somewhere. There are times when you just want to hang out with your boys, or you want to hang out with your girls. And most times, people don't save money for these things. Like, they just pick the money from their account and just spend. And when they now see the end of the month and they see the money, they're like, what happened? How come this money is left? You went to the cinema to watch a movie like 5 times this month, and all the money went into that movie because you did not save or budget what you want to spend for fun. So it's okay to have fun. You can even say, I want to swim out. Like for me now, I'm setting out to learn to swim. I said this thing last year and not do it. So this year I'm actually saying, yes, I have an excuse. The COVID was the excuse. But this year I'm doing the swimming thing. I'm going to learn to swim. So I'm setting out that amount of money to go and learn to swim and to enjoy the whole process of swimming, plus other things. So set out the money that you want to spend for fun every single month, and don't exceed it. Like, don't exceed it no matter what. So decide, am I going to have fun every single day of the week, or am I going to have fun only once in the week? Am I going to go out, like, am I going to deprive myself of going out for some weeks only for me to have one massive huge fun period this month? Like, make up your mind, but budget the amount for this month, for every single month, and don't exceed it. Because once you do that, then you have a clear picture of what is left. Then put some extra for miscellaneous, like accidentals, things that can come up, like possibilities. So maybe your car broke down that you didn't expect, that little amount of money there, and that money is miscellaneous. It's not for you to go and spend because, okay, I didn't spend the miscellaneous money, so I'm going to waste it on fun. No, if you don't spend the miscellaneous money, you put it back into your savings. That's it. And if by chance you absolutely need to lend somebody money or give somebody money, absolutely, and it's the end of the month, you didn't spend that money, you can use that as something that you can give somebody. You see how you don't waste money, but you account for everything. Once you do this, trust me, what is left is now what you know that, okay, I need to now think smart about how do I save this thing. So you now need to divide everything into savings and investment. It is not good to save every single thing. Like, you don't have to save all the money that is left, because yes, it might seem like the safest thing to do. I mean, if my savings is in the account and whatever, but it's not the smartest thing to do, because your money needs to make more for you. You need to make your money work for you, as people would say. So it's good for you to look at investment opportunities, look at money markets, look at treasury bills, look at forex, look at all these avenues, and look at what, and make your research. This is not something that you enter into lightly. There are some that are, of less risk. There are some that are no risk. There are some that are of high risk. So you divide what you want to save, as in the money you are going to put for savings that you're not going to be touching. This one is not working money. This one is keeping its money. Like, I'm not touching this one. You keep that aside, and make sure that you work at making sure that you have a savings that is up to 1 year's worth of your salary. So work towards making sure that the savings that are constantly in your account is up to 1 year's salary, 6 months to 1 year's salary. So you don't get at it at one go. You work towards that. So you save this amount this month, great. You save this amount next month, and it keeps on building up to the point where you have saved up to 1 year's worth of your salary. And so that is on ground that should anything happen to you, should you lose your job, you at least have 1 year's worth of salary on ground for you to take care of yourself and your family. So should there be any shaking, you are good to go. So work towards that. You can save that over some years, that's great, but work towards that. And if you have other streams of income, it helps to get that goal on time, and then you can build that up to add to more years. You can build from 1 year to 2 years and keep on growing at that. The more you get, I mean, great for you, but work towards having at least 6 months to 1 year worth of savings in your account on standby. Now, this is your savings money, not your investment money. Now, your investment money is the one that is working for you. There are some that don't really have any, like money market kind of things that you're working with a bank for. It's not you that is bearing the risk, it's the bank and all those kind of things. You can put that your money, some of your money there, and know, okay, yes, this is it. Then there are some platforms that also give you some investment opportunities where they'll tell you that it's no risk or very low risk, or even if there's no interest, you still get your money back, your capital back. There are so those kind of investment opportunities. You can go for that as well. All these markets that will show you investment opportunities, and good returns, go for that. Another great thing to do is to enroll or enter into an investment club. An investment club, what they do typically is they have very sweet and juicy investment opportunities that are majorly risk-free, and at least you get your capital back if things don't go well. And they have different terms for different investment clubs, but what they do is that they give you opportunities that you will most likely not see elsewhere, and the opportunities are usually huge, like great percentages that you get as benefits across. So some of you might say, well, I don't have enough money to enter into some of these investment opportunities. I mean, the entry amounts might be too high for you, or you say, I don't have enough money to enter into some of these investment clubs. Now, here is a very smart way to go about it. You have friends, and when you guys come together, the money comes together. So it's like you have this amount that you can put in, your friend has that amount of money that they can put in. So you agree as friends to put XYZ amount of money together and enter into a particular investment opportunity or an investment club. Now, you might need a representative, somebody amongst you as friends that would be the face of the group, because somebody has to enter on the behalf of everybody. Now, this is where you have to work really smartly, because when it involves money, friendship used to disappear, because by the time money is involved, you see people fighting. That's when friends become foes and they begin to fight for money. So to avoid losing friendships and letting there be any chaos, everything needs to be documented and signed. It needs to be a clear contract spelled out before you even enter it. Don't do the contract once the person has already done it. That will not be giving you a fair chance of negotiation. Do the contract before you guys even put the first dime in. So what you guys will do is, okay, we have seen this investment, let us agree on which one we want to go into, or which investment club that we want to go into, and you guys come together and agree. Once you agree, you know the amount that needs to be put in there. You now divide it amongst yourself equally, or whatever each person can bring, and then you share the percentage of the profit based on what each person brought. If it's equally, then you share it equally. If somebody brought more, then that person receives more, but you have to calculate it properly so that each person gets whatever percentage that it's worth based on what they brought in, and make sure it is written down and spelled clearly. No, I trust my friend. We have been friends since childhood, so I know that you're supposed to understand. And the reason for this is because you might have an expectation and your friend has another expectation and they don't meet, but you just believe that, oh, I believe you're supposed to know that I'm supposed to get this amount, but this person might be believing that, no, I gave this amount of money, so I'm supposed to get more of that, and that causes a lot of friction. So to avoid losing your friendships, make sure that you spell it out and let it be clear that this is how much I am putting in, this is how much everybody is putting in, and this is how much we're going to be getting as our percentage from the interest that comes in. And if we're bearing losses, this is how we're going to deal with the loss. So everything is clear and spelled out, and there's no room for ambiguity. If you like, you can get your lawyers involved. You can get lawyer friends or mutual lawyer friends involved, and make sure that it is signed. Everybody needs to sign, and there must be a form of identification. Everything should be spelled out. It might look like CIA work. It might look like FBI kind of work, but make sure you do it. And any friend that doesn't want to do it and say, just trust me, that friend is shady. Trust me, because when it comes to money, that's when they'll start saying things like, oh, I didn't know that, well, it was my money, but it's me, it is my name that was there, so I'm the one that, okay, I'm not doing it again, it's my money. And you start having excuses, even to the point of how much and when they are supposed to pay the money. Because some now, you have made the profits to release the money. Problem, I'm coming, and the bank, and once payment has been made, once the profit has come in, the person is supposed to give you the profit in XYZ amount of days. Let everything be spelled out. This way you can enter into great investment opportunities and win big, because some investment opportunities are bigger when the numbers are bigger, when the entry amount is bigger. So you actually get more benefits because of the amount that's put in. So it's actually better to go in groups. Another thing that you can learn from that is that you don't increase the capital that you put into investment just because you made profits in the last investment. Don't be too quick to always add the amount that you are investing. For example, you invested 1 million this month and yielded you profits. Now, because it worked, you are now investing 2 million. You're adding money that you are not ready to lose, and it has its risk. And you're adding 2 million now because you won and you got your returns from the last 1 million naira. It's not necessary that you must do this. What you can do instead is to say, okay, I have 1 million naira to invest, so I'm going to invest in that 1 million naira. When it yields me profits, I put the profit into my savings, and then I invest 1 million naira back again and yield money, and I put the profit into my savings and I invest again. Now, when I have made profit of up to 1 million naira and more, I can now decide that I want to increase my investment to, let's say, 1.5 or 2 million naira, whatever extra that I've yielded. So I've made enough profit to increase my investment amount. Now, if I increase my investment amount to 1.5, then I make profit from it and continue that way. But when I've made enough profit of up to 2 million, I can increase my investment money to 2 million, and then I keep on increasing it like that. So at any point in time, I don't lose out and get back to a loss. So even if I lose my investment, I am still at a win as at where I stopped. Do you get the drift? So it's a mathematics kind of thing. Don't be too quick to add too much to investment, especially when it has to do with investments that are of high risk or middle risk or whatever. Be careful. If it's something that you're sure that, okay, I'm going to get my money back, at least that's the contract that is in that investment, that even if the investment doesn't yield profits, I'll get the capital that I put in, then you can even gamble with that. But I always try to tell you to stay clear from that so that you don't start crying tomorrow. And then last thing that I want to say is to save towards specific goals. This is also for things like investments, things like your savings. You're saving to have a particular amount of money in your savings that is up to XYZ amount of your salary, like 1 year salary. Also save, so the invested money that you are making, the profits, add it for specific goals, like you want to get a car, you want to get you want to enter into buying a house. In Nigeria, the mortgage system is not that great, so if you want to it's not even great. So if you want to buy a house, or you want to buy certain things, or achieve certain things, you have certain goals that you need money for. You can use the investment money, the money that you have put, to set a goal towards those things. Don't be setting goals based on the savings that you're supposed to put for your salary. If you have hit your goal of saving 1 year of your salary, and you want to, the extra money that you are saving is for a car, then great. So you have 1 year of your salary down and you have kept that, and now you are still saving for buying a car. That's great. You can decide to use the investment profits that you make for buying of a car, great. But you are working towards buying a car. Don't now take the money that you have saved for 1 year of your salary and put it into buying a car, because you are now back to square one. If anything happens to you, if you lose your job tomorrow, you are stranded. So don't eat into your savings just because it's there. So keep it and let it work for you, and be smart about how you save towards goals, because that's a lot of mistakes that people make. They save a lot of money, and once they save to that point, they just spend it all on one particular need, like buying a car, and then they're back to square one again. And if anything happens in between, they're at a fix where they now have to look for how to survive. Never be at a point where if you lose your job today, for the next 3 months or 6 months, you're going to be at zero, where you don't have anything. Like, work towards getting yourself out of that, especially when you get more into your career. By that time, you should have built enough savings to help you out even during rainy days or when emergencies occur. And also make sure that you try out a lot of insurance opportunities, insurance for your car, insurance for your health, insurance for so many things, because it saves you a lot. You might think, well, I don't need it, I don't need that, but you never can tell, especially when it comes to health. Health is not something that signals to you that says, oh, I'm coming. It just comes. Many people are battling with health conditions. If you go to the hospital, you tell. So you never know what can happen, God forbid. But should you fall ill, should there be an accident, should whatever happen, you'll be sorted out. Should there be an accident for your car, you've had your car insurance, you know that, oh, I'm not going to be dipping into my money to fix that. Because driving on the road is not about you alone, it's about other drivers. There's some crazy drivers out there that you're on your own and they're still going to hit you and run away. And, and there's nothing you want to do, really, especially in Nigeria, where there's nothing that anybody's going to help you with. Like, there's no CCTV camera to find anybody's plate number. Even if you send the plate number self, you might not even catch the person. So it's a lot of wahala. So to prevent all the stress, just enter into as much insurance as you can, especially for the things that you absolutely need, that you know if a loss comes, it might really shoot into your savings. And that's how you solidify yourself for potential, God forbid, rainy days, where you protect yourself for the future. And I hope this video has been quite helpful and insightful at the same time. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have any additions, if you have any subtractions, in fact, please state them in the comment section. It's a good platform for all of us to learn, and perhaps I can do another video that will build up on the things I've already said. So subscribe to this channel to enjoy awesome, amazing content that are going to be beneficial to your daily life. And of course, we are into project management, so we help you with whatever project that you have. So I'm going to leave a description to our website so that you can check it out and see how we can serve you amazingly. So thank you and have a great day. Bye.